Hey guys, it's Matt here, founder over at Prospect Zero, and today we're going to go over exactly how you can use AI to generate unlimited warm leads from LinkedIn. So, before we jump into it, let's talk a little bit about existing methods to generate leads from LinkedIn. Lots of people will use static databases like Apollo.io, Sales Navigator, Zoom Info. I mean, there's hundreds of these tools that store B2B contact data. The problem with these tools is when you go to actually find leads, these leads are not warm whatsoever. These are just static lists of people who you can search through based off of very standard filters like the companies they work for, the industries they're in, their job titles. It may be great for pulling giant lists if you want to do some cold email at scale, but when it comes to LinkedIn, it's a platform all about networking. So you got to make sure that you value each one of those connections that you make and you're treating them the right way and you're not starting off on the wrong foot. So, how do we use AI and why is it important that these leads are actually warm and they're not just cold out of a static database? Let's talk about something I like to call buying signals. An example of a buying signal on LinkedIn. Let's say you run a software company, you run Prospect Zero like I do here, and you're selling to founders at tech companies between 1 and 10 headcount in the US. Great. You can go and pull a cold list of those people, or you could go find the exact founders who are out there engaging with your competitors' content. So, leaving a like or a comment. You can target people who are already viewing your profile, engaging with your own posts. Maybe they even changed jobs in the last 90 days. That's another huge buying signal that we support here at Prospect Zero. The point of all this is that you're reaching out to leads who are already showing interest towards your niche. And in return, they're going to have a much higher likelihood of actually replying in a positive way and booking a meeting with you, which is what we all want to do here. So, those are the signals and the types of things that we can track using AI. In front of you here, I'm just sitting on our landing page at Prospect Zero. You can create an account for free. The link's going to be in the description. Let's go ahead and jump into my personal dashboard, right? So today is Sunday. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning. And as you can see, we've already found 403 warm leads who have interacted with or liked some sort of content on LinkedIn that indicates they'd be a good customer for us and that they're interested in what we do here in our niche. So, out of these 403 leads we found in the last, I guess it's been 3 hours now, 27 of those are qualified leads. What is a qualified lead in Prospect Zero? Essentially, after we run the signals and we go grab all of those leads who are interacting with the different pieces of content on LinkedIn, we then score those leads based off of our own ICP, our ideal customer profile. For us, that's CEOs, founders, salespeople, and heads of go to market across technology companies here in the US, primarily startups. So we pull in the 403 leads who have shown intent. We whittle that down to a group of leads that we only want to target. And then from there, our system automatically reaches out to them with a connection request. It'll send them follow-up messages, and all of those activities are completely personalized to the prospect. If you want to see a quick example of what this could look like, let's go ahead and jump into my own LinkedIn profile here. All right, so we're here back in my LinkedIn inbox. As you can see, we have a ton of messages that are going out to prospects. This one was from earlier yesterday, actually. One of the personalized messages that went out to Theodore here. He works on a go-to-market team for software over in the UK. As you can see, here's our initial message that our AI wrote and actually sent for us. So, saw you were interacting with Oscar Moan's recent posts. Oscar is the founder of one of our competitors over at SimPilot. Figured you'd also be looking for better ways to turn that kind of intent into pipeline. I'm using an AI agent to spot these signals and start conversations automatically to skip to manual prospecting. How are you handling social outreach? So, pretty solid message right there. That definitely beats an automated canned type of message that you'd get from a classic LinkedIn automation tool. And Trevor here, excuse me, not Trevor, Theodore here, he actually found this very intriguing for himself. And he said he's using Vibe Prospect and Claude Cowork. If we scroll down, He mentions that it's pretty broad. It's not great exactly for what his use case is looking like. And he ended up actually signing up and jumping on a free trial. So this is just an example of how our product here at Prospect Zero can really work for you and set you apart from other people inside the inboxes. Now, it doesn't just stop after this first message that goes out. We actually will send up to 3 messages. And then if the prospect responds during any of those, obviously we're not going to send another pre-canned message. But if the prospect does end up getting to that third message and never responds, we just kind of cut it off there because we're not going to want to send prospects, 5, 10, 15 messages in a row. That's just spamming them at that point. We want to stay away from that. So let's go ahead and jump right back on into Prospect Zero over here. Give me 1 second. All right, back in Prospect Zero, back on the dashboard here. As you can see, this is just today's actions that are going out. And basically every hour our agent goes out and it finds signals and it makes different actions happen, like sending connection requests, sending those personalized messages. For example, here we have Pallavi, founder and CEO over at Pal Enable Solutions. You can see 5 hours ago, she engaged with one of my company's posts here. And then immediately 38 minutes ago, she was sent a connection request. So here in the next hour, she'll get her first message. It's going to refer to the fact that she was engaging with our company. And then we're going to ask her a question about her LinkedIn strategy, if they're doing any sort of outbound over at their company, Pal Enable Solutions, and the conversation can go from there. Now, outside of this actual dashboard here, there's really not a whole lot more to explore in the platform. I mean, we can show you all of our leads here. So if you do want to get a view at your leads and where they are and what they're doing, you can see that here. But the goal is for you when using Prospect Zero is that you log in one time to this system, you set up your agent, which I can show you here on the right-hand side. We have our target company profile. You'll just put in the industries, the headcounts, the company types, the locations, and then as well as some information about who you're targeting. You can choose your signals. So these are all of our signal options here. And then you can choose your outreach style. So I like to book demos. I'm a casual guy. If I did have any special instructions for the AI to make sure my messages are going out the way that I want them to go out, I could type them in here. But the system is great because you set this up one time and you basically never have to log back in. This agent is doing all of the manual prospecting, all of the copywriting that you would have to be doing, all the personalization, and it's running 24/7. So if you guys are interested in trying out Prospect Zero, we have a link in the description for you to sign up. You get 7 days free, so don't be afraid to jump in and give it a go. We can get you guys started. We'll actually find your first leads for you within about 2 minutes. They'll start populating. And you could be reaching out to your prospects as early as an hour from now, or as soon as an hour from now. So that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment if you guys have any questions, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.